waiting for change to come, knowing the battle's won, for you have never failed me yet. Your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence, you've never failed me yet. Oh. I know the night won't last, your word will come to pass, and my heart will sing your praise again. You're enough, Jesus, you're still enough. Keep me within your love. My heart will sing your praise again. Promise still stands. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed me yet. Oh. This is our hope that you are faithful. You sing. I've seen you move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it again. I've seen you move the mountain, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it again. I see you move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. Made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it Just take a moment, man. I know that there's a lot of maybe things firing in your head at this moment, just singing this song. I don't know if you've heard this song or not, of how God has maybe done that in your own life, and how many ways that we're asking God to do that again. And the first time I heard this song, I thought of my dad. And if you've never heard about my dad, I talk about him often. He was, just think of this John Wayne type West Coast gold digging cowboy.
out of a Louis L'Amour novel or something, and married my mom, who was like a tiny, quiet, shy, sweet Catholic lady from Ohio who just drove randomly to California when she was 16. They met in their mid-30s in the Peanut Bar and got married. And my brother and I were soon to follow. I have an older brother. And anyway, we lived a very adventurous life. I mean, my dad, lived most of his 30s in Mexico with a gold pan and a gun. And I'm not joking. I can tell you stories. And so, needless to say, having a mom who was Catholic and dad who was John Wayne is super confusing. And my dad's just going, it all turns black. I mean, he just has it all figured out, right? He's not missing anything. He's like, time to go to sleep. I mean, he just, wakes up at 4:30 a.m., goes to sleep when he wants. And, he puts his head on a rock with his cowboy hat tipped, And I got to see, after 15 years of just walking around walls that I thought would never fall. I thought they would never fall down. I'm like, man, I know, God, that I'm the worst of sinners, but, oh, my dad. My dad. And year after year after year after, I've said what I can say. I've prayed what I can pray. Lord, what are you going to do? And y'all, I saw the walls come down. And it was, God used the most peculiar things. I mean, maybe I'll go into it deeper later, but you wouldn't even believe. And when it says God made a way where there was no way, there was no way. And his scales came off of his eyes. And so that's what I think of. And so what do you think of? As we just go back into this bridge, man, I've seen you move. Not like, it's okay to remember of like, God, I was asking for that job and God brought it. That's great. But when you have seen a dead heart come alive, it is crazy. That is crazy. And now I'm starting to see it in my daughters. It's just crazy. It's mind-blowing. So just think about it just for a minute. What are the mountains God's moved? And you can just remind yourself of that. And when you're walking around new walls and say, God, I know you're faithful. Would you do it again? Would you make a way? You have in Jesus. Need you, Lord. Only you can save. Save our neighbors, Lord. Save our family, Lord.
No
do you sing those songs back to back? That's purposeful. The Bible is not scared of those two things. God, you're faithful. God, you slay me. And it stands in that tension to the very point of Jesus on the cross. God is faithful, Jesus slain. A couple years after my dad came to Jesus, we walked with him just brilliantly and faithfully and messy. If you could imagine John Wayne, who knows one Mexican song, that's all he knew, Gavilan Pollero, La Pillita Mosquito. And as a Christian, it was just so funny and amazing and marvelous and mind-blowing. I had a moment to sing these two songs together when I flew off of tour, and I'm standing over my dad's lifeless body after praying for him through the night, and the doctor comes in and pronounces him dead. And I got a chance to sing these songs together. You're faithful. You haven't failed me. But you have slain me. You give and you take away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And wherever you're at in that, I know a lot of you are there. There's a tension there that the Bible's not scared of. And let me read a couple of verses that will help us with that, and then we'll sing again. Prophet Jeremiah in Lamentations 3 helps us with this. I'm a man who has seen affliction under the rod of his wrath. He has driven and brought me into the darkness without any light. He has made my flesh and my skin waste away. He has broken my bones. He has besieged and enveloped me with bitterness and tribulation. He has made me dwell in darkness like the dead of long ago. He made my chains heavy. Though I cry for help, he shuts out my prayer. He's like a bear lying in wait for me, a lion in hiding. He turned aside my steps and tore me into pieces. He has made me desolate. He bent his bow and he sent his arrows as a target in my heart. He drove it into my kidneys. He has filled me with bitterness. My teeth grinding on gravel. He's made me cower in ashes. My soul has lost its peace. I have forgotten what happiness is. I say my endurance is perished and my hope is gone from the Lord. But one thing I call to mind. And when I call it to mind, I have hope that the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. How can he say that? It's possible to say that. 2 Corinthians 4:16, we don't lose heart. Though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. For this light momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond comparison. As we look not to the things that are seen, but the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, they're temporary, but the things that are unseen are eternal. And you need to know in your suffering, because all of us have a good degree of suffering, even in this place, even in North Dallas, even in America, that every millisecond suffered on the path of obedience, every millisecond is accomplishing something. It's preparing something. It's achieving an eternal weight of glory that far outweighs our affliction. And it's possible to say, you have crushed me, you have slayed me, yet I will praise you, yet I will put my hope in you, because I trust that you're in control and you're good. And I don't know many things, and I know that there's going to be a time, Lord, that I'm going to understand that moment. I'm going to understand why you took my dad, and for decades while my mom lived as a widow, I'm going to understand why you took my son. I'm going to understand why you gave me a disease. But right now, I just can say, though you slay me, I will praise you. And we need you today. So you sing with us. Though you slay me, yet I will praise you. Though you take I will bless your name, though you ruin me. Still I will worship, sing a song to the one who's all I need. Return to the Lord, the one who's broken, the one who's torn me apart. You strike down to bind me up. You say you do it all in love, that I might know you in your suffering. Though you slay, and though you the earth below gives way, but with my eyes, I'll see the Lord. It's our hope, Lord, lifted high on that day. Behold the Lamb that was slain, and I'll know that every tear was worth it all. This cup pass from me now. You're still more than I need. Oh, you're enough for me. You're enough for me. I fall apart. You're the one that guides my heart. And Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need my own defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Where sin runs deep, your grace is more. Where grace is found is where you are. And where you are, Lord, I am free. In holiness is Christ in me. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. You're my one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Teach my song to rise to you when temptation comes my way. When I cannot stand, I fall on you. Jesus, you're my open stay. So Lord, I just pray when the temptation of unbelief comes our way, that you would come, that you would teach our song to rise to you. Even today, Lord, as we gather, we sing, we hear your word, teach our song to rise to you. We're tempted to not believe that you're good. We're tempted to not believe that you're in control. Help our eyes, Lord. Would you teach us? Teach our song to rise to you. When temptation comes our way, and I cannot stand